Right there, that's some good pizza right there. Had to wash that down. Hey, today, we're cooking a pizza today. What it looks like. Looks like a pizza. Anyway, this pizza is what I'd consider low carb. And being a type 2 diabetic, I try to watch what I eat. And this would be a treat for me right here. But I watch my sugar levels, and I don't eat anything sweet. I don't eat sugar. I use a lot of Splenda. I eat a lot of green vegetables. I maybe eat a potato a couple times a week, small potato baked and whatnot. But anyway, this pizza is something, I didn't come up with it. I'm sure somebody came up with it, but I'll tell you what's in the pizza. And I'll tell you what we got here. You got mozzarella cheese, you got almond flour, spinach, sausage, Romano cheese, and of course pizza sauce. Now the carbs on that, mozzarella cheese has 2 grams of carbs per 1 inch square. Almond flour is 3 grams of carbs, and that would be 2 tablespoons. And spinach, it has 3 grams of carbs, and that would be 3 cups of spinach. The sauce I use Kroger sauce, but there's variable sauces you can use with different carb levels or whatever, depending on what kind of sugar they put in the sauce or whatever. This particular sauce has 5 grams of carbs. That would be a 1/4 cup of sauce. I use maybe a 1/4 cup of sauce, maybe a little less. I don't like a lot of sauce with my pizza. The Romano cheese has no carbs, and sausage. This particular brand of sausage did not have any carbs. I'm sure the sweet Italian or whatever that might have carbs. And I thought I'd make a video of this, me putting the pizza together and everything, and maybe try to help some diabetics out there with this. I did try the cauliflower crust pizza, and it is good. But I'll tell you, I make the pizza from scratch, and cauliflower pizza is a chore. Unless you buy the crust that's already made. With the cauliflower, you gotta grate up the cauliflower, you gotta dry it out on a cookie sheet in the oven and make sure it's dry, and then you go from there and you make your pizza crust. And I'll tell you what, it does taste pretty, but it's like an all-day process to come up with a pizza. A couple other things while we're touching on the subject of diabetes. Couple other things I'd like to show you. This Diet Coke right here. Diabetics drink Diet Pop, of course. But Kroger and Meyer, I think it is, has Diet Coke. You see the yellow stripe on that? That means Splenda's in this Diet Coke. And I'm telling you, it tastes good. Another thing, I got that upside down, Jesus. Max. I'm looking at it. Max. These are pork rinds, fried pork skins right there. That's my potato chips right there. That's my Cheetos. That's my Doritos. That's a good substitute. Pork rinds have no carbs. You can eat a lot of this stuff. It's not going to hurt you. I don't know if you like pork rinds or not, but if you're looking for pork rinds, this is my brand of choice right here. It's sold by Walmart. It's sold by Dollar General. You'll find it here and there. Another good brand is Turkey Creek, but this melts in your mouth right here. This is good stuff. They have different kinds. Now, this salt and pepper is my favorite right there. They got barbecue. They got plain. Don't like the vinegar one. Oh, man, that's nasty. All right. So you're watching this video, and you're probably wondering, why the heck has he got these dark glasses on looking like Sam Giancana? Well, let me tell you. Billy is quarantined because she took the coronavirus test, so they quarantined her until the results get back, see? So she sends me out shopping. Now, she's an avid reader. She reads 2 books a week, you know what I mean? She says, when you're out, pick me up a book to read, bring it back, because I don't have any books to read. So I'm out shopping, whatever, you know, I'm out. So I bring her a book back. You know, I bring her this back. Huh? What's wrong with that? It's got many pages. I brought her that back to read. And that's when I got the black eye. All right. Hey, stay tuned. We'll cook that pizza and see how that turns out. Talk to you later. God bless your family. Stay safe. Wash the hands. Stay healthy. Looks like we got some Italian sausage frying on the pan. Got an empty bowl here. Got a few eggs right there. Almond flour, look at that. Fresh mushrooms from Kroger. Corona free, right there. Parchment paper. Pizza pan. Well, all this stuff's laying here. I think I might make a pizza. I'm going to kind of step you through this and see what we can do. We're going to make the crust first. It's going to be with the almond flour, with the eggs, and I'll be using some cheese too. And I'll get back with you on that. All right. All right, I got the cheese laying out here. What we're going to do here is we're going to make an almond flour crust. This is some Romano right here. Got the old Kroger mozzarella right there, big old chunk of that. And then we got our almond flour. What we're going to do here, put the almond flour in here. I'm going to grate some cheese up. We're going to add a couple of eggs to that. A little bit of salt. I usually throw a little oregano in there and just for posterity, I guess. And just a little bit of water. Now I'm going to mix up that crust and I'm going to show it to you. Then I'm going to throw it in the oven and show you how it turns out. Back for more. Back for more. Right now I've got the cheese. I've got the cheese grated up in there, and I put just a little bit of Romano in there. Not much. You don't want to overdo it with Romano because it is a strong tasting cheese. Got a couple eggs in this bowl, and what we're going to do, just a little shot of water in there. Not much, just a little. And you don't want to use any more than 2 eggs. If you do, it's not going to taste right. One, if you had an extra large egg, or if I had an extra large egg, I'd probably just use 1 egg, but these eggs here are large and looks like they're rather small. So what we're going to do is we're going to stir those eggs up, beat those eggs up, and I'm going to add the almond flour into the egg mix. Then I'm going to add it all into this grated cheese mix. And if I need to thin it out a little bit to get it to a dough texture, I will use a little bit more water, but we'll see what happens. Got some avocados right there. That's going to be for another meal right there. Let's take a look at our sausage. Oh yeah, our sausage is cooking. I got it on a slow heat, not in any hurry. Also, when I cook my sausage, I think this is Old Folks or something that came in the tube. And when I cook some bulk sausages like this, I like to throw in a little fennel seed. I know sausage probably comes with fennel, but it kind of freshens it up a little bit to me and a little bit more distinctive when it's on the pizza. Alrighty. Alright, I got the dough mixed up. As you can see, it's just like a dough. You can see a little cheese in there. I did add, while I was mixing up, I did add just a little bit more water. Now what we're going to do with this dough right here, I'll move over here, and this is the pizza pan under here, right there as you can see. You take this parchment paper and you're going to put it on there. Now what I do is I even this parchment paper up a little bit and take this stapler right here. And I staple the edges because that parchment paper is kind of slick and it will slide around while you're trying to put the dough on. And also it's very important to use this. This keeps you on the staple diet right there. All right. So we're going to put the dough on there and I'll show you how to spread that dough out real easy. All right. Okay, I got the dough on the pan. You see I've got the parchment paper on there. Kind of trimmed it up a little bit here and there so it doesn't hang loose. I've got it stapled on the edges there. That makes it easier to work with. Now to spread this out, it's really simple. I've got this other piece of parchment paper right here. Put that on the top like that, and you just start using your hands and you start thinning it out a little bit and getting it up to the edge. That's about as simple as that gets right there. Okay, it looks like our sausage is done. It's browned, and what I'm going to do is, I don't know what everybody else does with theirs, but I use the colander. I put my sausage in that, like that, and try to get the oils and grease out of that, because you really don't need that on your pizza. And put the old pan over here on a cold burner. Now we're coming right along with our pizza dough. I mean, I'm not exactly done with it yet, but that's what it's going to look like right there. I still need to do a little bit more chiropractic on that, but I think it's going to be good. And also, glory be, what do we got here? The light's still on. Oh yeah, we can't go any further. Let's see. Look at that. Yeah, got to get some coffee, no doubt. Oh yeah, look, don't that look good right there? Yeah. It's still early yet for coffee. Let's see, what time is it getting to be? 5:39. Oh yeah, I got plenty of time to digest that. Okay, talk to you later. Have a banana. Okay, I'm done with the crust right there. And we're going to pop that into the oven. Got the oven preheated. Goes right in here, like that. We'll leave that in there until it starts to brown around the edges, and we kind of check it out. I can't give you a time or whatever, but it's kind of play it by ear. Okay, we're still waiting on our pizza crust. In the meantime, I clean my mess up. I don't know if you can see this or not. Probably getting steam on the old lens, but there's kind of seeks its own level there. It got round. It's in there cooking, and it won't be another few minutes, and that'll be done. So right now, I've got the cheese grated. I used the big grater on the cheese. I got Romano in there and kind of mixed with it. You don't want to overdo it on the Romano. I got some pizza sauce. I use a little basil and oregano, just a little bit on top of the cheese when I get it done. It's just for looks, really. And I got our sausage, it's drained, got some nice mushrooms, and we're gonna throw some spinach on there. And also got a nice cup of coffee. Now, I'm gonna tell you, there's an old saying that a watched pot never boils. Well, I've been retired for 5 years, and I can tell you that's not true. All right, let's see what the heck's going on with my crust here. I'm gonna set it right here on the stove. She looks like might be able to do something with this. Let's burn ourselves. I gotta set this down. Watch that butter there for a while. Make sure no looters come in and get that. All right, thanks for watching that butter for me. All right, there's my crust. Now I got to tell you, what I didn't show you on this video is I pulled this out earlier. It was brown, just like you see it, like that. I take another pizza pan, I put it on the top, I flip it over, then I slide the pizza back on the parchment paper. I flip it over so I can kind of cook both sides that way. You got a moisture factor with the a little bit of water in there, and of course the cheese has oils in it and everything. And it just turns out better, I found through experience, if you flip it over and brown both sides like that. All right, we're gonna let that cool for a while, and then we're gonna put our toppings on. Like I said, this is made with almond flour, and almond flour has about 3 grams, I think, of carbs per tablespoon, and you don't use all that much almond flour. Cheese is low carb, of course. You got eggs, which I don't think has any carbs in it. So it's relatively low carb. And I believe it tastes a little better than the cauliflower pizza crust. Now, I've made that before and I kind of liked it. I like the taste of it, but not everybody likes cauliflower. So this is kind of an alternative to that. Okay, let it cool down and we'll throw some toppings on there and throw it back in the oven and see what happens. All right. All right, we've got our pizza crust out of the oven. Here it's laying here. As you can see, the texture of it looks like a pizza crust. Flip it over. You could use it for a frisbee if you like, but we're going to use it for a pizza crust. Now, this is supposedly a low-carb pizza. This is something I come up with one day when I ran out of cauliflower. And let me give you the lowdown on the ingredients here. The mozzarella cheese, that contains 2 grams of carbs per 1 inch square. The almond flour is 3 grams of carbs, and that would be 2 tablespoons. Spinach, I'm going to be using some spinach, and that is 3 grams of carbs. That's per 3 cups. The sauce I've got here, you know, I could have picked a lower carb sauce. This is Kroger sauce. But anyway, this sauce has 5 grams of carbs per 1/4 cup. The Romano cheese, I put that back in the fridge, and the other cheese, that has 0 carbs. The sausage has 0 carbs. Mushrooms, there's nothing on the pack to let me know, but I'm sure mushrooms has some type of carb in it. But, you know, use to your own discretion. I probably won't use a 1/4 cup of sauce on my pizza, I'm not sure. But if I do, it'd be 5 grams. And let's assemble this thing and throw it in the oven. Alrighty. I got the sauce on this. I don't like a lot of sauce. I don't like it overwhelmed with sauce. You can still see the crust through that. And I think that's plenty of sauce. I'm going to load it up with some sausage and some mushrooms and top it with some cheese. And I'll throw some spinach in here and there and throw it in the oven. Alrighty. Oh yeah, building the pizza. We got the sausage on there. We got some spinach on there. We got some mushrooms. We're gonna throw some cheese on that now. Alrighty. Well, it's about ready to go in the oven, I'm thinking. Yeah, I just put a couple of mushrooms on the top just for looks, you know. And we'll throw this in the oven and see what happens. Bake it 365 until the cheese just starts to brown on the outside, and should have a nice pizza. All right. All right, we got that pizza out of the oven. This is what she looks like right here. Gonna let it cool down a little bit so we don't burn the roof of our mouth, and we'll cut a slice out and see what it looks like. All right, we got a chunk cut out of this. Got it on the plate, ready to eat. It's cooled down a little bit. We're gonna dine on this, and hey, talk to you later. Thanks for watching. All right.
Yeah, they're working on it. They should have been working.
Well, that's the way I make my pizza. It's kind of low carb. And you know what? While I was making this, I was reading you the what the carbs were in the ingredients here, and I happened to look up in cauliflower, and a small head of cauliflower is 29 grams of carbs. Seems like when I made the cauliflower pizza, seemed like I used a whole small head of that and grated it up. So you'd have, I don't know if it's any better or any worse, but they called that low carb. And so there you have it. You know, this is something I learned from my dad right here. When you hear a car pull up in the driveway, you get you a toothpick, stick it in your mouth like that, like you just ate. Hey, take care.